Welcome to the future of payroll and workforce management insights by HR.com, your go-to resource for insights into payroll and workforce management. From navigating compliance and technology trends to exploring the latest in global payroll solutions, we're here to keep you ahead of the curve. Join us as we dive into the forces reshaping payroll and share practical strategies to optimize your workforce management. Let's get started. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the latest episode of Future of Payroll and Workforce Management, a podcast by HR.com. And I am your host, Brent Skinner, and we are recording from the floor of the 44th Payroll Congress Exhibitor Hall, which is exciting. And I have two guests with me. I have Heidi Fava and I have Jaime McDougall. Heidi, you are from Maxwell Group, and Jaime, you are from Chime Workplace. I'm so glad I got that right. And I'm just going to give you both an opportunity to sort of introduce yourselves to the audience. And we're going to talk about a really interesting customer success story here.
Thanks. So I'm Heidi Fava, and I'm for Maxwell Group. I am the controller and very involved in the payroll of our organization. And that's what brings me here today, our relationship with Chime and our earned wage access platform that we are utilizing with Chime. But more importantly, the success we've had with financial well-being of our team members by implementing the Chime platform. So I'll hand it over to Jaime.
Hi, everyone. I had marketing and growth for Chime Enterprise, and I work for our Chime Workplace product, which offers fee-free EWA with embedded financial wellness tools like our high-yield savings and our credit building tools, all designed to support the employee's financial well-being and our employer customers' goals of driving recruiting and retention. So nice to be here with you guys. Thanks.
Yeah, exciting stuff. And I love Chime Workplace. I love those guys. You guys, we have a lot. And you your CEO or your chief was on my podcast, Jason Lee, a couple of months ago, and really interesting stuff. So I have a few questions for you folks. I'm just going to read them here from my phone. So the first one I have is
We're
for
low-fi today.
That's right, low-fi. Higher fi than you'd think, but kind of low-ish fi. So anyway, Heidi, this one is for you. What prompted Senior Living Communities, which is a part of Maxwell Group, to rethink earned wage access and redefine what success should look like?
So being in the healthcare industry, senior living communities, you pretty much can't employ anyone without offering the earned wage access. It's a given. It's a recruiting tool and a retention tool for us. So when it was first implemented a long time ago, we used a different provider. And as we've continued to grow and evolve, we have looked to see how we can help our team members become more financially sound. And that was how we ended up with Chime. We actually started looking at Chime for its rewards program, and in talking to them and learning about their fee-free program to our employees for the EWA, that in turn led us to see how much money our team members were spending to actually access their wages early. And we did a study in over 6 months. Our team members paid $86,000 in fees to one of the other EWA providers.
That's terrible.
It really is. And so it was very important to us. One of our founding goals is people first always. And we believe happy team members make for happy members. So them supporting our members. So that's a win-win. How could you not look at it that way and say, why would you not go with Chime? Not only were we saving our team members the money, the $86,000 fees over 6 months, but we were also able to offer them a high-yield savings account and overdraft protection, which is also saving them a ton of money. So it was a win-win for us all.
That's quite the contrast.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. Jaime, I have a follow-up question for you.
Sure.
And I'm going to read here. I kind of know it, but I'm just going to make sure I get it right. So when you look at that shift, what stands out to you about how these folks redefine success compared to, a typical EWA program? Because what I'm learning is that not all EWA is the same. That's like an understatement, I think.
Yeah, so I've been in this industry for over a decade now. And look, I think all of the EWA providers are doing a great job at helping employees with their basic needs, making their bills on time, meeting unexpected expenses. The technology's evolved though over the last 10 years. And we're now at a point where we can offer this type of product for free. And so, it kudos to senior living communities and Maxwell Group for really really being first to the market on this. But I think, what they've astutely observed is that, there could be a better way. And they had the foresight to go investigate for new ways and new solutions to support the financial goals of their team members. And I think what's important is that EWA needs to be paired with other tools to help them reduce usage and think about how to get from this sort of, basic need state to grow and build wealth. And so I think the connected experience that Chime Workplace offers is crucial in sort of the financial progress of the team members.
Mm. Well said. Well said. Yeah. And having been in this industry for 10 years, I mean, you've seen a lot. You've seen it sort of evolve. Yeah. Yeah. How did the organization, Heidi, balance improving employee financial wellness with simplifying payroll and HR operations?
Well, that's another huge benefit to the Chime platform is that it removes payroll from the process altogether. It's a direct relationship with time and the employees. So it simplified our payroll process. We no longer are trying to reconcile files, make sure that the deduction files are there. It's no longer part of the employee's paycheck as it should be. So now the employees see their full paycheck deposited into their Chime account, and then their withdrawal from what they've advanced is a separate transaction. So that was also something that was important to us. But I think our top priority was taking care of our employees and helping them to become more financially sound. I mean, we had one team member who actually had $500 in fees in that 6-month period. So they were our extreme, but when they don't understand that they're taking 3 and 4 withdrawals per day at $250 to $350 per transaction, it adds up. So I think the providers also have a stake in this, and they need to start looking at how they can help improve the financial well-being, not just give the employees access to their funds, which is what Chime has done.
That's really important because these are employees that obviously they need their money sooner at different times. So they're struggling financially a little bit, and for them to have to deal with these fees is just that's sort of adding salt to the wound, which is something that we want to avoid. Jaime, uh, and I guess, yeah, what is fundamentally different in how the program is structured that allowed these folks to move from access to measurable financial outcomes? What was different?
Yeah, so I think for the first time, Chime can offer visibility into the employee's financial life for employers. Why that's important is to identify, hey, what should our goals be of this program? So we're able to show fees avoidance based on the usage patterns of our of your employees, and in addition to that, you can actually see who is saving on an anonymized basis, of course, but what population of your employees are saving every 30 days, even. And so we can see these things now. And we've seen Maxwell Group has seen over 140% increase in the number of savers and active savers, meaning they are contributing every single month to their savings balance. That is fundamentally going to help them reduce the need for EWA in the future. And so, and then I think there's we see direct connections to what this sort of connected experience helps employees also build their credit. And so, seeing that must make you feel really great. But those outcomes, those financial wellness outcomes also improve things like employee engagement, people show up to work, they can get the apartment that they needed. Um, and so boosting financial security is really the ultimate goal, but now you have a clear picture of, hey, where do we need to improve, or what are the fundamental barriers that might actually occur? And we didn't have that view before.
Correct.
Heidi, have anything to add?
Yeah, I think one of the great things is that we're now offering employees an easy access to high yield savings, which they didn't have before. The other platform didn't offer anything except the advanced wages. So not only that, we're working with them on the credit builder, which is a prepaid credit card. Some of our employees are unable to obtain credit cards. So this is helping them build that credit. We've actually had a team member come up to us. Actually, they came up to one of the Chime employees when they were at one of our locations and told them their credit score increased by 80 points.
Wow.
Just from changing this, not having overdraft and being able to use the platform that way. So what we've rolled out also is their financial education tools. So there are really short classes, they're like 9 to 12 minutes. And hopefully they start taking advantage of that and learn budgeting and different financial tools to help them improve their financial wellness. Ultimately, that's our goal as the employer. We want to see our employees succeed, be able to save money, and be in a much better financial position.
And that's great to hear, because you want to have an employer that cares about that stuff, right? Those are the kinds of employers that are worth working for. Jaime, is this kind of these sorts of outcomes and results, is it still early, or are you starting to see this more broadly in your customer base?
We see it across the board. So Maxwell Group has been on the platform for coming on a year, maybe. And so, but essentially from the moment that it's offered, they now have the tools at their disposal. And I think we're seeing, the longer you're on the platform, the better it is for your employees long term. But yeah, I would say Maxwell Group is not sort of an anomaly in this case.
Yeah. And that's what I'm kind of seeing too. It's the EWA is starting to really sort of gain traction, and it's becoming table stakes, even though, there's a lot of upside still. There's a lot of room for adoption still. But it's gained a foothold, and that's what's really encouraging. And I think that honestly, it's a canary in the coal mine, but in a positive sense, about how payroll is changing, really transforming and evolving into something much more than just processing people's pay every 1 or 2 weeks, or sometimes after. Heidi, with what you've experienced seeing this, moving from sort of short-term wage access by implementing, deploying EWA to sort of longer-term financial resilience, what lessons would you say other organizations could learn from your experience?
One, this has definitely helped our retention, and it's also helped in our recruiting. Again, in our industry, I don't think we can live without. I think there's a study that says 74% of the healthcare workers look for this daily pay or earned wage access. So it's a huge recruiting tool for us, but it's also been a great retention tool for us. The retention in our industry is 80 to 90% turnover, and we're down to 58%.
Wow.
So our goal is to be at 50, but I will say our partnership with Chime has been unlike any other partnership in that it's continuous. It's not just we implemented it and they're gone. We're continuing with our promotion of the program and the financial well-being, all the tools that are available. They've become an active part of our onboarding with onboarding kits for our new hires. So things to just keep the awareness up there. And, it truly is one of our priorities, the financial wellness part of things.
That is a huge improvement in retention.
Yes.
I mean, that's night and
Incredible.
day. It's That's not even the same sport anymore.
No,
Yeah,
that's correct.
and that is a huge competitive advantage, and all sorts of benefits accrue to the organization from that, especially in your space where your competitors, they're continually onboarding and retraining new people, and you're able to move beyond that in a sense, more so than they are, certainly, to become more of an intentional business, which is what every business wants. Jaime, any closing thoughts?
Yeah, just one thing to add on that. I mean, what we actually do see is that employees that are using one product have a lower turnover rate. That cohort has a lower retention rate than someone that's using two or three of our products. So what we believe is that, again, this sort of all-in-one platform is so critical now, because you're actually seeing when those things are used in combination, your workforce actually is more retained. So I think that speaks to maybe some of the changes that you've seen very recently on the turnover metrics. So, and also to your point earlier, Brent, I think being at Payroll Congress has really opened our eyes to realize that, hey, there's a lot of people who may have looked away from EWA because they didn't like how it was offered, or, there was like an intercept model, there's deductions model that caused a lot of friction, frankly, on the payroll process. And I guess the message to everyone who's listening and to people at Payroll Congress is that EWA can be really easy to offer, and it's a win, and it's one net. So you can take the win for your place of work, just by offering EWA in a no fee setup.
Very well stated. Very well stated. I want to thank you both, Jaime McDougall, excuse
You
me,
got it. You got it.
and Heidi Fava,
Thanks.
for joining me for this episode of the podcast. And we hope everyone is really enjoying Payroll Congress this week.
Thanks for tuning in to the Future of Workforce Management and Payroll Insights by HR.com. We hope today's episode brought you valuable insights and fresh perspectives on the future of payroll and workforce management. Be sure to check out more episodes and explore resources at HR.com/podcast or wherever you listen to podcasts. Until next time, keep innovating and making a difference in the world of payroll and workforce management.